for Luan Luan Listen.
Try to see how far my breath can go.
Okay, nice.
Wow.
So, Sean, maybe you wanna introduce the track that we're gonna react and listen to today.
All right. So today's track is by Gentle Bones and Benjamin Kheng.
All right.
Shout out to you guys, Joel and Benji. It's called Better With You. So without further ado, shall we get to it?
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
Yeah.
You've been tossing and turning for far too long. Like what is some sleep to a life this long? You're saying it's cold even with the heat. Constantly, you're finding it hard to trust.
All the nights spent hurting, all the time they've stolen, waiting on the day you see.
All right.
All right. You got anything?
Something's coming in.
Okay.
Yeah, there. First impressions, anything?
What stood out to me, and I think it's a really cool collab. I think just the difference in their voices. I think Gentle Bones, right? Joel has this kind of, I guess because he's also singing in the lower register.
Yeah.
It has this body and kind of it kind of sets the stability of the song. And then when Benjamin comes in with the higher register, right? It lifts you. I don't know. I just thought it felt like
there is a lift.
It's taking me somewhere.
Yeah.
And I really enjoyed that actually. Just even that short few seconds. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think when Benji's voice came in, it was even though it was a higher register, there was substantial body to it. I'm not sure, is that a mixing thing? I mean, definitely it has to do with his natural tone as well.
Yeah.
But I think the voices are just mixed really well. They have this. They have a great contrast in tone. I think tonally they are vastly different.
Yeah.
And even the parts that they wrote, I think it fit really well together when Benjamin came in on that second bit. And I think I was just thinking about intros and outros, how important they can be, I guess. An intro to kind of set the mood and set the tone for a song.
Yeah.
And I just love that it was just the piano, just a single chord, whatever,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that that gave a certain kind of sensitivity, a certain kind of even intimacy at the beginning that I suspect will climax at some point.
Yeah. Sounds like it was going to climax before you before you stopped.
Yeah. So let's continue.
No matter all the days how long they stay, don't question yourself, you will overcome. No matter how the fears may take you away, you harden yourself, but you're second to none.
So darling, take a leap of faith. You are stronger than
They're singing of a kind of similar range now.
Yeah.
never let me down.
This world is better with you around. You've been lost in the days, living out of fear. What is a day to another year? You're saying convictions are costing
like the groove.
me constantly. You're finding it hard to trust.
Giving till it's got awake until the morning wake.
I think something that I love is that the both of them, when they sound really good with the low and the high registers.
Yeah. I mean, they're great singers.
I mean, they're great singers to start off with. Yeah.
They sound good.
And
No matter how high or low they are. Yeah.
even in the high times.
Very jealous.
Even when they're higher, they sound good.
Sound good, yeah.
I'm sure they sound good sober and high lah, both. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I thought it was a nice. Well, I don't know if it's a Gentle Bonesy thing to do, but just coming in with that kick on the second verse.
Right.
Yeah. It's probably I mean, it definitely has to do with the creative input from the producer as well. But I thought that was quite characteristic of Gentle Bones.
Right.
Yeah.
Waiting for the day you see. We need you over here, so won't you stay? You're down to yourself, but only the good. 'Cause if you're in your head, no, you'll be okay. You're finding yourself.
Is that Is that band with the lead? Okay, now it's Jenna Moulton.
I like the harmonies. The harmonies
Yeah.
that it's subtle, but it's perfect with it. Yeah.
Oh, I gotta say something about that.
Saxophone? Was it saxophone? No.
Well, that I was actually thinking about something else, but you want to talk about the
No,
saxophone?
no, go for it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I was thinking like, wow, a sudden it suddenly opened up a sense of space almost a sense of almost like you suddenly open the door and you're out in a field or something with lots of space, like a field, sun, the sun's up. Maybe one tree at the side, you know, who knows? And I just love how sounds do that. Sounds paint pictures.
Yeah.
Right. And I think a really great job on the production side. Like the way it was a swell thing, like kind of thing.
Yeah.
It was very cinematic for me.
Yeah.
And then of course when that was it a saxophone, like probably a tenor sax or something, but when it was almost like there's that expanse. But there is something there is a focal point.
Yeah.
I thought that was really important. Yeah. What were you going to say about it?
No, yeah, I mean, to your point, if like the whole first half of the song it felt very close, very intimate, in terms of even the mix and how close the voices feel to like the
Very
listener.
ASMR-y, yeah.
Almost, very on point with today's topic.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then when it got to that part, like the bridge, I think, like you said, it just exploded in a way.
Yeah.
And then, but there was still that saxophone there that kind of like hold it together. Like, okay,
Yeah.
I have this space, but I know
Yeah.
what's like kind of grounding me and
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like there is direction.
Yeah.
I know where I'm going. I know where. Well, not I know where the song is taking me.
Yeah.
Rather.
Yeah.
And the fact that the saxophone came in that moment, and as opposed to let's say a bar later or 2 bars later.
Yeah.
I think it was great because like I'm being opened up into this space that is suddenly quite unfamiliar.
Yeah.
And if I wasn't led anywhere, I might not know what to do.
Yeah.
Who am I? You know, I might have a sudden existential crisis.
Yeah. I was about to say that.
You're about to say that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and so I love that. Like or whatever, you know, and it's almost like there was in a good way a leash that led the listener on a new journey of, I don't know, even running or even flying through this field.
Yeah.
This field.
Very well put,
Existential field. So yeah, I just love that. I mean, it might seem like a small thing, you know. Oh, it's just an entrance into another part of the song, but how this is, I guess, how much impact the production could have on a song.
It's a lot of people often maybe take it for granted. I guess, you know, when you produce songs or write songs, you realize that, I mean, most songs when you write, you're bringing your listener on a journey, right? And I guess a mistake that people might make is they lose people in the song, right? I mean, this applies to all genres, not just pop or you know, R&B, but you don't want to lose your listener at any part of the song, right?
Yeah.
It has to be, even if it's something that's ambient or you know, very spacious.
Yeah.
You need something to still have the listener hold on to something, right? Because if not, then the listener will be like, oh, what's going on?
Yeah.
And there are good scenarios of like, oh, what's going on, where you're taking
like
a different
ambiguity,
tangent.
right?
Yeah, right. But the bad scenario is where the listener's like, I don't know what I'm holding on to, and then, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I'm falling off and not being led.
Yeah.
Not being
led. Yeah.
Not, for lack of a better word, taken care of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And
So I think that was a really sensitive, creative call by whoever produced.
Yeah, I mean, it's a
made that call.
great reminder for me too. I mean, even as a songwriter as well.
Yeah.
That you know, it's important to kind of have your listener hold on to something when you take them through the song. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Oh, I love the vocals that accompanied that at the back.
Nice.
No matter all the tears I lost.
pause it there. Like I love when is it never let me down, and then there was like almost a pause, because most of that chorus was it was pretty rhythmic, pretty busy. Like there wasn't really a breather until that point.
Yeah.
Never let me down.
Yeah.
And I love that they put that there in the songwriting aspect of it, because it was almost like that's a moment for you to pause and think, because you never let me down is quite a weighty thing to say.
Yeah.
Right. It's full of meaning.
Yeah.
And I think it has a lot of potential to like hit someone in a good way.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so as opposed to never let me down, you know, it's
and it
kind
just
of
flies over your head, right?
Exactly,
The words just
exactly.
fly over your head, and you don't think about it.
the
Yeah,
impact
great
of
point.
that silence, I think, was huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course, musically, it led very well into the end of a chorus
Yeah,
as
yeah.
well. Yeah. So, anything you want to?
No, man.
Once in a lifetime that you'll be dead, so leave us some room for the words unsaid.
Oh, I must say that I also really love the snare sound
Yeah.
of that. Yeah.
Nice.
Awesome.
I
Wow.
think like overall the whole song, like you say, like a journey, right? The first half it feels really close and intimate, and then in the middle section there's that whole saxophone and spacious thing. But when the chorus comes back in, it actually it kind of pulls you back into that closeness again, and then the song ends with just his vocals, right?
Right.
And then it's kind of like a nice.
It's a journey, like the dynamics,
nice,
right?
Yeah, you know,
the journey,
It goes
yeah.
up. I mean, it goes really open, and then it
Yeah.
brings you back close again.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
It kind of feels like closure almost. You know, the song comes to a full circle and it ends. You know, so yeah, really great production. I mean, the vocals again amazing.
Yeah. I mean, even that interlude bit
Yeah.
that we were talking quite extensively about, I think when the vocals were in there, like they were really distant.
Yeah,
And so that did feel like the opposite of intimacy, opposite of close, right?
Yeah.
So it felt close, and then it opened up, distant, and then it's kind of like, getting back to the intimacy type.
yeah.
Yeah. So I get what you mean. Wow, great song, guys. Yeah. I
Yeah.
think that's
Amazing.
That's definitely a gem.